isn't this just fantastic? Captain's Log, Subdates 210924.2. I've got D-Octa to create a Mark 1 Matrix. Yippee. It'll make life on the Arcadia so much more peaceful, and also allow for us to perhaps put others within the simulation, so we can exploit their bodies for batteries. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or twat. Today we're gonna start with... It's been a while, but yes, the Americans are at it again. Take offense, America, this is all your fault. Now I fully understand it. We like a little sweet and salty with our foods, but don't you dare mess with the burger, unless you're a pregnant woman and you have cravings. So for this, you need a clip. Some kind of proof that Americans ruin everything. I hope that's good enough for you. That was peanut butter. I would have tried to download the entire video, it's 3.5 minutes, but even I wouldn't want you to suffer that much content, and I also don't want to get a copyright claim from food inside a blue check mark. Needless to say, I'm not overly fond of the idea of mucking a burger about. For the sake of it, when it comes to what I have on a burger, it's either bacon, cheese, or nothing at all, because it turns out my palate, as much as you like to criticise the British for being bland, our beef apparently superior, because it has a fantastic taste, and I don't need to bog it down with other flavours that just befuddle my senses and quite frankly make my tongue want to gag. Because honestly, why the f*** do you want that much peanut butter on a burger? It should be 0. It's just a texture thing as well, come on. It gets worse if someone wants crunchy. It really does get worse. So next we're going to go to Repsion. Now I saw this but didn't archive it in time, but there is an archive from a retweet from something else. The retweet from him reads, "Since when is getting a piercing evidence of a midlife crisis? Isn't he younger than me? I've always loved and wanted one since a teen. I believe in self-expression. The fake concern, the Mao. Now he has a nose ring. Wow. It's almost like people change over time and try different things when they get older. What a concept." Repsion got this. A teeny tiny metal mustache. I quite frankly couldn't care less. I really couldn't. Why? Because it's not my body, and I barely noticed it until somebody else tweeted about it. Does it mean he's having a midlife crisis? No, because my attention was drawn elsewhere to the Frenemies hoodie. Get help. So what was the retweet? Rainy day reviews and commentary. Is Repsion going through a midlife crisis? I've noticed that he drinks and smokes openly on his channel, and now he has a nose ring. I'm not judging, just hope he's mentally okay. I'm pretty sure that last sentence is somewhat self-contradictory, but I'll leave it to the viewers to decide on that one. And again, I will emphasize, what you do with your body and what you put on your body in your body is your business. While humanity is a judgy species, so this is hardly a surprise, you should at least be man enough, woman enough, human enough to be able to take the criticism when the person you've criticized claps back. But they couldn't, or no one could see the original one unless I found it through a separate retweeted tweet or comment of a retweet on a retweet, blah 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 blah, because you deleted the tweet. At least have the conviction to stand by what you believe. And if you're going to talk trash about somebody in a more passive-aggressive manner, at least have the balls to stick by it. Which is the same point said differently twice now. So we're going to move on to centrists. You know, those filthy, filthy centrists who can't take a side. Many of you, if you were here during the time of the anti-SJWs, when they fell apart with the Skeptics trademark, they all fell apart because of politics. And those who weren't taking a side, either that more left-leaning or right-leaning, so those who were right in the middle, either be centre-left or centre-right, and those right in the middle, got a fair amount of flack. I stepped away from that, because I didn't want to be caught in the crossfire, and Mim Headroom had predicted, a former content creator, now social scientist, had predicted that this would happen. Well, that was 2016-2017. That kind of died off with the Skeptics trademark. Until more recently, because centrist has now become a bit of a slur. For this we have tweets from Rod Graham. Be trying to be a centrist, you are positing that 1, for all issues there are 2 more extreme positions, and 2, that the centre position is the preferable one. In this way, being a centrist is the most extreme position you can take. And Christopher R. Rufo, magical centrist, an intellectual, trademark, who believes that both sides are wrong and that he or she transcends partisan politics through unique brilliance, often a method for securing social status while avoiding tangible commitment, ultimately ineffective. I have to agree with Angel Eduardo here. Centrists may be the most consistently straw-manned group online. Nobody seems to know what centrism means or what people who identify that way believe. The mere existence of someone who isn't on either extreme is profoundly offensive to someone, if the horseshoe fits. Couldn't have said it better, to be honest. And for the sake of it, there's nothing wrong with not taking a side. I'm going to insert what I believe, because I don't follow the Labour Party, Conservatives, Lib Dems, Greens, UKIP and all the other nonsense parties in the country. I address things on the issue. And for the most part, that does not mean for a second I align with any of the parties in the United Kingdom, because in truth, none of them represent what I believe. No lives matter if it isn't obvious enough. So next we go to Steve D Live. Cute how as soon as I'm done the video he removes the strike. Well, the claim of copyright infringement, YouTube says I'm still stuck even though Sluggy retracted the claim. I filed a counter notification and I passed copyright school. Come on YouTube, be cool. To which YouTube have replied, based on the info you provided, we can confirm that your video was restored because of the retraction, but the strike will remain on your account until it expires in 90 days, which makes 0 sense. If someone has removed their claim, the strike should not exist. Simple as that. And nonsense like this is why more and more people are being pushed towards alternative platforms. By the way, I have a BitChute link down below in the pinned comment with all the sources. Help me hit 10k over there, I want my plague. It's a reward you get for 10,000 subs over there. I think it's actually a medallion now, but the running joke is I will get a 10k plague. So next we have a few trends. The first is Machine Gun Kelly, Eminem and Slipknot, all trending at the same time. And the reason why is, in the past Machine Gun Kelly had a bit of a feud with Eminem. Eminem fans annihilated Machine Gun Kelly, essentially moving him to a different genre of music. Did Machine Gun Kelly learn from this though? No, because he's decided to rip on Slipknot by calling them 50-year-olds wearing weird masks on an effing stage, which got the Slipknot fans irritated, and because Eminem fans don't like Machine Gun Kelly, they decided to unite with the Slipknot fans, in a rare instance of genres uniting against one scourge. You know, the guy who had a little scuffle with Conor McGregor at an awards ceremony. They have gone in on Machine Gun Kelly like there's no tomorrow. And oh my life, it is resplendent. I am very happy with this. Don't stop. The next trend was British Rail. Now oddly I could move on to another music one I've got for this, but I'm actually going to go for this one first. The reason why is because British Rail have updated their logo. It cost £50,000. British Rail have a mountain of problems in the UK. Constant strikes, underpaid workers, less people using trains because the ticket prices are going up and the service is not improving. And this is the change they made. A temporary change. A temporary change which has even annoyed the original creator of the British Rail logo. How bad are you at doing your jobs that you'd waste 50 grand? Did you get tips from Sadiq Khan or something? When it comes to wasting money on pointless, virtuous gestures that will not encourage more people to use your service because your service is trash. I don't know where the money you make goes, but I would assume it doesn't go on improving the service. So one would surmise it goes into the back pockets of those who don't even use it because they have a driver called Jeeves. Oh, and if any of my artists are watching this, no, I'm not going to pay you 50 grand for a still or a bit of line art. I will pay you with lemon sherbet. And I'm referring to the thing I usually call lemon sherbet that is not lemon sherbet. Good stuff. So finally, the last trending item, and the final thing I'd like to cover is the Kaiser Chiefs, a rock band in the United Kingdom, been around for quite a while. When I was at uni, they really picked off with the album Employment or Unemployment, I don't care. They've done very well for themselves. They recently played at a festival, and in doing so, they decided to do the cringiest thing ever. What did they do? They got the audience to raise their hands depending on which vaccine they took. There were people in that audience whose eyes rolled. They were trending because of that cringy-ass trash. I don't care what vaccine, which is the misuse of a word, they used, couldn't care less. But well done. Interesting though, the singer for the band, Ricky Wilson, did address the anti-vax backlash. Ricky Wilson's response is, "I thought that the virus was frightening, but the dedicated velocity of the vaccine risk-aware community is swift, personal, harsh, expletive-ridden and effective. They win fair and square. Twitter is yours." You're so brave. Another person who can't handle backlash for saying stupid things in public. Nicely done. Anyway, as we're done, I'd like to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I shall be on my second channel tonight, 9:30 PM GMT, hosting a political recap with my scrumptious co-host, Trupsy Wupsy LP. If I don't see you there, have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend, and thank you all very much for listening.